Welcome to the mat. We're going to do a short yoga practice today. We'll just be moving. It'll be fairly grounded and a little bit of flow. Hopefully just helping us understand where our body is at, get our energy moving a little bit, help us feel a little more grounded, a little more settled in this endless ongoing lockdown time. So as always with practice, we just start where we are, exactly how we feel. So just take a moment to notice where you are on this day. You might find bits of discomfort or pain or stress or tension, whatever they are, just notice where they might be in your body. Might like to just relax neck or shoulders. Just notice the parts where the body connects with the floor. And when you're ready, just start to follow the breath. Breathing in through the nose. You might breathe out through the nose or sigh out through the mouth. Whatever works for you. Whatever is present, whatever thoughts might be lingering around, just notice where they're taking you. I like to just bring attention to the breath or the top of the breath. So you breathe in. Just find a gentle pause at the top of the breath before you inevitably have to sigh out, let go. And in that pause at the top of the breath, you might just feel a little bit of stillness, quiet. You might remember those words of Viktor Frankl. Between every stimulus and response, every reaction or action and reaction, there is a space. And in that space lies our power to choose. And in that choice lies our growth and our freedom. So the story of our life, it's not what happens to us, it's not all the events, it's not the wins and losses, the things we gain, the things we lose. It's in our response, our reaction, what we do next. So just notice this space between the breaths. Notice the choice of where we put our attention. Every moment of every day, we can choose where we put our attention. Okay, so let's turn the hands up. As we always do, take a breath in, lifting up, inviting in new energy, new beginnings. And letting go of anything we don't need. Sighing out, leaving it behind. When our breath comes, lifting up. One more time. All right, today we'll start interlacing fingers, rolling through the wrists, both directions. And then we'll bring the hands into the heart and press out. Roll the shoulders forward so our back is wide, long. And then we'll inhale to draw. Next breath in. And once again, exhale. You might tuck the chin this time. Feel that rounding through the spine. Inhaling again. Growing as tall as we can and letting go. This time, let's draw the breath in. And we'll turn the palms and press up. Inhale, feel like we're grounding down through the sit bones. And then pressing down while our hands draw up. Whole body long. One more time. Let's take our right hand down and we'll bring the left arm over as we sigh out. Inhale to lift up. And then the left hand comes down and sigh out, opening through the side body. Do one more each side. Lifting up, big breath in. And letting go. And one more. This time we'll swing the arm forward and around. And as we draw the left arm over, look up behind the arm. And then we'll swing the arm across, just like we did. Bring the arm over, looking up. One more time each side. All right, let's take right hand behind, left hand to the knee. Take a big breath in. Sigh out. Maybe twisting. Rolling around, left hand comes behind. Right hand to the knee. Big breath in. Let it go. One more each side. And let's come out of our seated position into all fours, spreading the fingers as wide as we can. Tuck the toes at the back. You might like to just bring the shoulders right over the wrists. If you feel safe here, lift the knees off the ground. Make sure we're not drawing any tension into jaw or neck. Come down whenever you need to. You might take one more breath. And letting go. Let's turn the fingers back towards the body. And just gently lean back, opening through the wrists. Take a breath here. And we'll turn the fingers back. Just slowly pressing through the hands. Drop the whole body down and lift up. Bending the elbows, keeping the elbows close to the body. And then let's roll through our hips. Let's take our right hip wide, open it out. Just take some circles. maybe changing direction. Let's extend that right leg behind the body. And if you feel comfortable, shoulder stacking over the hand, let's peel the right arm up into a supported side plank. And you want shoulder stacked, draw this top elbow back. Take a breath. If you feel steady here, you might lift that back leg up, maybe, and then take it back down. Rolling back into all fours. And let's walk the hands a little further forward. Lift the tailbone up. Press through the heels. You might like to turn the armpits a little towards each other, just allowing back to be wide. Come down whenever you need to. Bending the knees, dropping down. And we'll walk the hands back. Let's take our left knee wide this time. Open out through the hip. Small circles. Spread those fingers as wide as you can and see if you can press through each finger. Thumb, little finger, index finger. Giving ourselves a wide and steady foundation to explore our hip joint without losing balance. When you're ready, we'll extend that leg long behind the body, peel the left arm up, reaching up, rolling back the shoulder. And if you feel steady here, you might raise the back leg, maybe. And drop it back down. Let's walk the hands forward again. This time we're going to drop our shoulders down. Just let the head be heavy. Tailbone can stay raised. Take one more breath. And we'll walk the hands back. We're going to tuck our toes at the back. Drop our sit bone down into a little bit of a toe squat. Allow your spine to be long here. Feel that curve in the lower back. You feel like you're hunched down a bit, just without pulling your shoulders back, just let your neck be long. And this is a strong sensation in our toes, so you might like to just take your attention somewhere else in the body. Just let that sensation be there. Let that slight discomfort be there, just helping our toes open out a little. Let the energy flow back through our kidney meridian. And when you're ready, lift the tailbone up. We're going to take our right arm, reach it up high, and then sigh out. You might just brush past the heel. Maybe you won't get that far, and then the left arm comes up, opening through that shoulder, brushing past the heel. And we'll just alternate side to side. If there's any pressure on your knees here, you can use some more padding, maybe a towel or a blanket. Take a break whenever you need to. And if this is feeling pretty good for you, you might like to start following the fingers with your eyes. This will take you into a bit of a deeper spinal stretch. And if you'd like to go deeper still, you might take both hands down to the heels into Ustrasana, our camel shape. Now, just only come here if you feel very comfortable in this shape. Deep back bend. And whenever you're ready, just drop the hands back down. And we'll just roll through the hips, roll through the shoulders. Maybe shift the weight from side to side. And we'll walk our hands out, lift ourselves into our downward facing dog. Take a breath here. We'll breathe in, roll forward into our plank. Drop the knees down if you like. Shoulders over the wrists. And let's sigh out. Just chaturanga down, bending the elbows, keeping them close to the body. Inhale to lift up. Cobra or up dog. Keep those elbows in close. And then we'll sigh out, tuck our toes, tailbone rising up again. Letting go. Anytime you need a break, come down into a child's pose. Just allow yourself a moment of stillness. If you want to keep flowing, breathing in, rolling forward, drop the knees down if you like. And then sighing out, bending the elbows, chaturanga down. Inhale to lift up dog, cobra. And we sigh out, tucking the toes, tailbone rising up. One more time. Inhale, flow forward. Exhale down. Inhale to lift up. And exhale. This time let's come down all the way into our child's pose. Just bringing the arms down by the side of the body. Take a few breaths. Belly pressing into the thighs. And we'll slowly walk the hands forward. Let's come up to our downward facing dog. We'll take our right leg high behind the body. Just take a breath in. And as we sigh out, we're going to bring that knee right up to the chest and just step it forward wherever it lands. Drop the back knee down. Frame the foot with the hands. Let's turn those hands up. We're going to come all the way up into a high lunge. So press through the foot, lifting up. Drop the shoulders down. Take a breath here. Sigh out. Take one more breath. And as we let go, let's drop that back heel down and we'll open out into our warrior two. Shoulders are heavy. Look down, see if this knee is stacked over the ankle. And you want to feel these muscles on the inside of the leg switching on. The way to do this is to just raise the inner arch of the feet or press down into the outer arch if you like. And you feel those muscles drawing in towards each other, giving ourselves stability in lower body. Keep your attention on the feet. Let's take one more breath. And we're going to straighten that front leg. Reach forward with the right hand, but feel our hips being pulled to the back of the mat. When you're ready, slowly sighing out, taking the front hand down, back hand rising up. Roll back that top shoulder if you can. Take a breath here. And then when you're ready, slowly bending that front knee. We'll come back to our warrior two. We'll flip the front hand and inhale to reach behind. And we'll exhale to windmill our hands all the way down towards the mat. Drop the back knee down. Let's peel our right arm up, reach it up in a twist. And we'll exhale, hands down to the mat. Let's take both arms up. Keep that knee down. And then this time we're going to twist, opening both arms wide. One more time, lifting up. And we'll take our hands down, step that right foot behind, lift it up high one more time, and then drop it back down. Left leg, reach it up, take a breath in, and we'll draw that knee into the chest, roll forward. Just step the knee down, take your time. Drop the back knee down. Walk the hands back. When you're ready, we're going to turn these palms up and press up. This can often be quite hard to lift up into a high lunge, so keep all your attention under the feet. Feel that stability. Keep the shoulders heavy. Take one more breath. And then we'll slowly open out, arrive in our warrior two. Turn that heel down, shoulders heavy. Just like we did on the other side, bring your attention under the feet. Check if this knee is bent and stacked. We're looking for that feeling of engagement on these muscles on the inside of the leg. Press down through the toes, through the heel. Notice if your mind is busy or elsewhere. Take a breath. Let's straighten this front leg. We'll reach forward with our left hand. Feel the hip pulling to the back of the mat. This allows us to slowly take the hand down, roll that top shoulder back. See if you can melt into this shape. Take one more breath. We'll bend that front knee, slowly come back up to our warrior two. Side out. Flip the front hand, reach behind. And then we'll windmill the hands all the way down to the mat. Drop the back knee. Left hand reaches up. Lift it up. And let it go. Keeping the back knee down. Let's take both arms up. And this time we'll twist to the left. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step the right foot, the back leg, all the way to the front. And you might come up halfway, take a breath in. And then sigh out, sinking down. Inhale, reaching up, all the way up. Take a big breath in. And we'll bring our hands to heart, let it go. Everything heavy. You might like to just feel palm pressing into palm. Knuckles resting on this seat of tranquility point, right in the middle of our chest. Just allow heart rate to slow a little. Okay. Let's see if we can take our balance to our toes, the ball of our feet, and slowly lift up our heels. And then take them back down. Keep pressing palm into palm. Elbows might come a little wider. And then let's alternate, lifting one heel and then the other. Strengthening our Achilles tendon, our calf muscles. All right. And we're going to edge our feet just a little wider, just an inch or so wider. Come up off the heels. And then if we can, slowly come down, bending the knees, keep pressing palm into palm. If this doesn't feel good, just come all the way down. We'll meet in our squat. And we'll take our hands down towards the floor, straighten the legs, and just let the head be heavy. When we take our next breath in, drop the tailbone, sweep the arms forward. We're in our chair pose, Katasana. Weights in the back of the body. And then slowly press through the feet to come back up. Bring the palms to heart center. Just like we did before, raise one heel and then the other. All right, if you'd like to join me again, both heels rise up. Slowly bend the knees. Drop the tailbone down, keep pressing the palms in. Once we're in our yogi squat, you might like to bring the elbows inside the knees, pull the knees into the elbows, feel that sense of connection and energy moving both directions. And then we'll take our hands down, straighten the legs, let the head be heavy. Let's take our arms behind the back and we'll interlace the fingers, draw the palms together, draw the shoulders together. Take a breath here, side out. Let's sweep the hands forward. We'll drop the tailbone again and right back in our chair pose. Take a breath. Draw the palms together, press through the feet. One last time, let's go side to side. And we'll take the heels down. All right, we're going to do a little bit of balance work. Let's breathing in, lifting our palms up, exhaling down. Let's take one knee up, shift the weight, and then side out. And then we'll take the other knee up and side out. Now you might like to do this next to a wall or have a chair or something handy if you like. Before we do anything too tricky, let's just keep our attention underneath our feet. Learning to move with our breath. Noticing if we're holding any tension in our upper body, in our jaw, in our cheeks, in our shoulders, our neck. Can you keep your attention under the feet? Keep your sense of heaviness, deep rootedness to the ground. And if you feel like this is going okay, we're going to start bringing our hands to palm, to heart center. And then just pressing into the palms as we take the leg behind. Keep all your attention under the standing leg. You might flex the foot at the back. You might drop the hip on that side. Whenever you need to, press through that leg slowly, come back up. And side out. Now use the chair, use the wall if they're handy. Notice where your attention goes. Notice if there's any tension in your head and your jaw. Flex the foot at the back. Press through that standing leg. Your knee might be a little bit bent. Keep your gaze underneath the eyes, not looking back. Breathing in to rise the leg up and then letting go. And we're going to wrap one arm under the other. Maybe your palms find each other. Let's take a breath in, lift the elbows up high. And as we sigh out, you might just bring the hands down, or you might like to join me in that same balance, pressing through the leg. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, let it go. Untangle the arms, sweep the opposite elbow underneath, lifting up. And as we exhale, press the foot behind. Just come down as far as works for you. Inhale to lift back up. And exhale, letting go. One more balance. We're going to bring our foot into the side of the leg. You might just bring it underneath the knee. Or if you feel comfortable, you might bring it up towards the thigh. And hands can come back to heart center. Take a breath. Use the support if you have it. It's springtime right now, so many amazing colors and growth all around us. And so often we can feel stuck, especially in lockdown, but anytime you go outside your door these days, you'll probably notice all kinds of transformations, flowers, plants, everything growing, moving in a new direction. When you're ready, let's take the hands down. Foot can come down. We'll shift our weight on the other leg. And you might just have your foot on the ground, resting against the shin, or you might bring it above the knee. Make sure you don't press it into the side of the knee. Palms can come together. Let's take a moment in stillness. And we'll slowly bring the hands down, foot can come down, and just keep going all the way. Arms can drop down. We're going to walk the hands forward, walk the feet back. So we'll meet in our downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide, press into the heels. And when you're ready, let's bring our right knee right up to the right wrist. So we're going to meet in a pigeon shape. Drop the back leg behind. You might like to just stay here, or you might come down to your elbows. Strong sensation in the right hip. Let's take our leg at the back and we'll roll it all the way back to the front. Draw the foot into the thigh. Turn the body towards the extended leg. So let's take a big breath in. And as we sigh out, just let the head be heavy. When you're ready, with our left hand, we're going to extend out towards the foot. We might not reach the toes, just see how you go. And we're going to roll our right shoulder back. So you might find strong sensation down the side of the body. If you feel okay here, extend the right arm over the body. Sigh out, just let yourself sink into this shape. And then we'll slowly lift the body up. Let's pick up our knee and our foot, and we'll lift that leg over the extended leg. Take the right hand behind, left arm reaches up, lift it up. As we sigh out, draw that elbow outside the knee. Take a breath. You might twist a little deeper. And we're going to untangle, roll over our legs, meet back in our downward facing dog. Press through those heels. One last time, tailbone rising up as high as you can. And then when ready, let's take our left knee up to the left wrist. Back in our pigeon shape. Maybe elbows down to the ground. Side out. Let's drop down to our sit bones. Swing that back leg forward. Draw the knee into the thigh again. Turn the toes in towards the body. Just press into the heel. We're going to turn our body towards that extended leg. And just slowly sigh out as we drop the head down. Should feel a strong sensation down the back of that leg. If there's any pain in your lower back, just come up straight again. Might like to pull a bit of flesh out of the sit bones and just sigh out. Just let the head be heavy. Let's take our right hand. We're just going to slowly just creep along the side of the leg, rolling the left shoulder back. As we take a breath, the left arm might reach over the top. And we'll side out, rolling back. Let's lift our left knee, left foot, all the way over the extended leg. Take the left hand behind. Right arm reaches up, big breath in. And as we sigh out, elbow outside the knee. One more time. When you're ready, untangle the arms and legs. Let's come down all the way onto our back. Draw the knees to the chest. You might like to just roll from side to side, hip to hip. Take one knee in each hand. Let's open through those hip joints. And then we might take our left foot over the right knee in a figure four shape. And you might like to lift up that right foot. Now, you can just support the leg here, or you might draw it in a little closer, but make sure you keep your head heavy. No reaching, no drawing tension into the neck. So right now, you should feel a strong sensation in the hip joint and the IT band down the side of the leg. Let's extend our arms wide, shoulders heavy. We'll take a big breath in. And then as we sigh out, just roll over with both knees down towards the ground. Extending wide. You might like to just turn the chin towards the left hand, maybe. Rolling back onto the spine. This time we'll reach in between the legs and might just take a hold of our shins or our feet, drawing the knees into the chest. If it works for your body, you might come all the way under the soles of the feet. And when you're ready, let's take that right foot across the left knee. Extend our arms wide. Lift the left foot off the ground. Keep that shoulders as heavy as you can. Take a big breath in. And we sigh out and take both knees over. Shoulders stay heavy. Maybe turning the chin towards the right hand. Let's roll back onto the spine. And we'll just bring our arms down by the side of the body. Draw the feet flat to the ground, knees raised. You might tuck the chin and feel the back of the skull heavy on the mat. Let's take a breath in together. And as we sigh out, we'll curl the tailbone up, press into the feet. And then just find a rhythm with your breath. See if we can find each vertebrae of the spine, providing ease to every roll. You might like to just stay in this bridge shape. If you would like to join me in taking the arms overhead and then following with the feet all the way over into our plow. Maybe the toes reach the ground, maybe not. And then when you're ready, you might also like to bring elbows underneath, supporting the lower back as you press up into your shoulder stand. Let's extend the body long. And we'll just come into our final resting shape of Shavasana. We'll just be here a few moments today. Arms down by the side of the body, spine heavy. You might scan through the whole back of the body. What else can I melt down? What else can I surrender into the support of the ground today? You're very welcome to stay in Shavasana for a few moments if you like. If you'd like to join me, I'm just going to Bring some movement into fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead. Roll onto the side of the body. And then press up into a seated position. Let's draw our hands to heart center, just giving ourselves a moment in gratitude for coming to the mat. Every time we practice, we might learn something about ourselves, about our body, bring more awareness into our everyday movements. Most of all, help us become a better listener, a little more attentive, a little more of service to the people that we care about. Let's bow our heads in respect to the tradition of yoga and shared practice with each other each day. Namaste.